everybody, it's Heather here from Porter's Neck Country Club, and I've got a short Pilates-based workout for you, working on core, a little bit of legs, arms, and it should only take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes max, and you really don't need anything other than yourself and a mat. So let's get started. Let's get on your mats, and we're going to start warming up your center with an ab prep. So we'll do a 4 count up, and then a 2 count. So get on your back, plant your feet nice and hip distance apart, and then roll yourself down. You can use your hands, or you can just slide down with no hands for a little added core work. And then I want you to just relax your lower body. Glutes are soft. Everything down below the waist is not gripping or tensing. Then let's go ahead and lay our hands by our side, palm down, and looking at the ceiling, just do a little chin nod without lifting your head. As you breathe out, come up and off the mat, floating your arms parallel to the floor. Breathe in here, hold it, and then roll yourself down. So inhale, nod the chin. Exhale, come up. Breathe in, hold, and then lower yourself down. So that's 4 breaths. Breathe in. Exhale, come up. Breathe in again. Exhale, come down. Let's do 2 more of those. Nod that chin, and then exhale, come up using ribs towards hips to close that gap, and then lower it down. Last one like that. Inhale, nod. Exhale, flex up and off. Breathe in, hold. Lower it down. Now, we're going to change it to a 2 count, but let's add a little bit of weight behind the head. Take your elbows and bend them. Lift them slightly off the floor, and just take the fingertips to the back of your head. You're not going to pull on your neck or even lift your head with your hands. It's all core work. So inhale, and then I want you to exhale, come up, inhale, come down. Exhale, come up, inhale, come down. Keep breathing like that, and focus on this area right here. Ribs towards hips, obliques shortening, blowing out the air as you come up. Contracts those abdominal muscles even more with that forced exhale. And you're just supporting your head in your hand because it gets a little heavy sometimes. If this is not comfortable for you, you do whatever pace you need to do. But we've got 2 more. And last one. Come on down. Use your hands to push yourself back up to an upright position. Keep the feet planted hip distance, but this time we're going to do a half roll back. So with the arms palms down, reaching over your feet, scoop in your belly, kind of hollow it out here, round your shoulders, and take a look between your legs to the floor. Now my arms are parallel to the floor. I've got this nice C curve in my spine, and I'm going to move away from my thighs by rolling back with an inhale and hold. Then exhale, come forward. There's your half roll back. So you're maintaining that C curve by looking down between those legs, not popping up to vertical as you come forward. And we're going to do 2 more of those and add a twist. So roll back, inhale, forward, exhale. Roll back, inhale, come forward. Now you're going to roll back and hold. Keep that hollowed out belly. Keep rounding that back in a C curve. And then just reach forward and link your fingertips like that. You're going to hold that position and then just turn your shoulders towards the right. Then turn them back to center. Don't come up or down from that position. You're balanced with your feet and just keep turning. Of course, you don't want to hold your breath here, do you? You want to keep breathing. So maybe exhale as you twist. Blow out that air. We've got 1 more right, 1 more left. Come back to center. Go back just a little bit more. Keep that belly pulled in. Hold for a moment. Gather yourself and then start turning. Make it flow from side to side without stopping in the center this time. And work those obliques. Breathe. If you need to come up, but keep trying to go side to side with these rotations. 1 more left. Now center it out. Lift up. You did it. Grab those knees. Lift your heart. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe even take your gaze to the sky. Breathe in to recover. And then let's take ourselves all the way down to the mat. So we're going to lay on our back And what I want you to do is come all the way up to a seated position. So that's a big move, big move. So let's use our arms overhead, and I want you to swing them towards your feet as you exhale and come up to a seated position. That's a big move. So maybe adjust your feet. They need to come out a little bit further from your bottom. And then once you're there, I want you to lift up tall. So now we've lost that C curve. We're nice and vertical, and our hands go back behind our head. Now with a nice flat back, hinge back, then scoop in the belly, make that C curve, and control yourself down to the mat on your back again. Same thing, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep it all the way up. Lengthen, lift, elbows out to the side. Hinge, and when you can no longer hinge with a flat back, scoop in the belly, control that roll back down. This is neck pull prep. So exhale, come all the way up. Lengthen, lift, vertical spine. Hinge, then scoop in the belly, control it down, and start again. Let's go up again. Exhale, lift, then lengthen. Hold as you hinge, then scoop it in. I want you to continue like that, but I'm going to show a modification. If you need to, use your hands to get up. Then lift and just hinge and just go back and forth. If that whole move of the whole exercise is not working for you, just challenge yourself to hinge in a vertical position. If you're doing the full exercise, do one more and then meet me seated upright like so. Take a big breath in. Once you get there, grab those knees, lift your heart, find that vertical spine again, and then allow both legs to stretch out long. You want to flex the toes towards the shin. We're going to work on a roll up. Pilates exercise that you know, coming all the way up, forward fold, and then rolling back, except we're going to add some circling to it. So let's go down in a controlled manner. Scoop in the belly. Roll yourself back. Squeeze those legs strong to help control this motion all the way down. Once you get to your head and you're fully lengthened, keep the rib cage pulling down and lift those arms straight back diagonal towards the wall behind you. Now, we're going to go up to the right, down to the left. So we're going to take a big breath in. I want you to roll to your right shoulder, start to reach towards your right foot, come to the center, rolling to the left side, roll down, reach over, and let's come up again, just like that. So circling, kind of rolling down that left side, both shoulders touch, roll to the right shoulder, reach up to the right side. So rolling roll-ups, I guess your circling roll-ups is what you might want to call them. So blow out your air as you come up, and then continue circling that way. Arms go overhead, rib cage doesn't pop. Exhale, come up to the right again. Let's reverse it. So we're tall. We're going to circle over to the right, roll down that right side, roll over to the left side, weights on the left shoulder, left hip, come up, rolling around. So it's very, very nice, big circle. Exhale, coming all the way up. And keeping those legs active and anchoring on the floor really helps, when you, especially on the roll up. If they're starting to lift, really activate those quads a little bit harder by flexing toes towards shins. Roll up that left side, and we're back to center. Let's do a little forward fold here. So find your sit bones, lift up nice and tall, and then round over your thighs, letting your hands rest wherever they land. Just let everything melt towards the mat. One breath here, and I want you to stack yourself right back up. So I want you to bend your left knee now, and then lift that right leg up and lean back of your sit bones. So a little bit of a lean back, and you're going to hold that leg wherever you can hold it. It's just at the thigh or the calf, but point that toe. And we're going to stretch the hamstring by pulling that straight leg towards us with our arms. Point the toe, flex the foot. Point the toe, flex the foot. Just work through that little calf stretch, hamstring stretch in this seated position. Stay nice and tall. We're balancing. And then we're going to roll down and go right to a single thigh stretch, which is core work. So Holding that leg, walk yourself down to the mat. You're gonna bend that right knee and lift the left leg off. Now I'm flexed up still, hugging myself into that right knee, and then switch, pull in the left. Then switch, pull in the right. Let's pick up the pace just a little. Every time you exhale, pull in that opposite knee, and there's no rotation. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Good, really reach the leg that you're extending out long. A lot of energy through your feet, stretching that leg straight. We've got another 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's roll up. We're gonna bend our right leg, lift that left one. So find kind of a vertical spine or mostly vertical. Lift that left leg up, plant your right leg to support you, and then just start pointing and flexing. So stretching left hamstring, calf, working through the ankle muscles. When we roll down next, we'll do a little rotation, so obliques, crossovers, hands behind our head. Get ready for it. Walking down that leg, rolling to your back again, hug the right knee in. Start to lift your head and shoulders up, stretch that right leg out. Now your hands come behind your head, rotate towards that left knee. Exhale, switch it up. Twist. Every time you twist, those legs reach long on the diagonal. One pulls in, you twist towards it. You've got it. Keep going, keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. We've got another 4 and 3. Good. 2. Last one. Hug your knees in and just roll side to side just a little. Doesn't that feel good? Now, I want you to go to your back, place your feet down onto the mat, and make them hip distance apart. I want you to rise up to your toes. Then you're resting on the ball of your feet, your heels are lifted. We're gonna work into our calves with a bridge. So take a breath in, start to rock that pelvis and roll yourself up to a bridge position. Long line from shoulders to knees. Keep the heels lifted and then roll yourself right back down. Nice, take a breath in, roll it up, really articulate through that spine and then roll it back down. You've got a little hold at the top. Let's go up again with the roll and the roll all the way down. Now, no roll, just lift. Hold there. I want you to keep those heels lifted, press through all parts of the ball of your foot, and then start to take those hips up in little pulses, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, lower the heels. I'm gonna scoot forward on my mat just a little bit, and then roll it down again. So in between, let's do a little core exercise here again. We're gonna lift right leg, then the left leg, cross at the ankle so you've got a little bend in your knees, and we're gonna bring our hands behind our head again. So we are going to flex up, and we're gonna lift our hips. So roll over prep, but we're flexed up. Do a couple more of those. And last one. Then without dropping head and shoulders, cross at the ankle, other ankle, left over right, and little lifts of the tailbone. Little tiny ones, all abs here. Good. Bring it down, lower your head for a moment, uncross your feet, and then bend your knees into tabletop. So we're going to do a reverse crunch, which is taking your knees towards your belly, lifting your hips slightly, similar to what we just did, but we're gonna stay flexed up, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring it in, then we're gonna take our legs on the diagonal. Bend your knees, pull in, reverse crunch, extend on the diagonal. Now you know the higher your legs, the easier it is on your belly. So as you extend those legs, practice going a little bit lower. You never want to go lower than your hips, of course, or allow the low back to come off the mat. Lift and extend. Exhale, lift and extend. Nice, let's do 2 more. Exhale and extend. Last one, pull in and reach out. Good. Let's go back to head on the floor. Feet are going back to hip distance apart, planted on the mat. Now we're going to do heels pressing down, toes and feet lifted up. So you're resting the weight on the toes, or excuse me, the heels. Oh my goodness. And then we're gonna take our hips and lift them up, coming to bridge. We rolled on those first ones on our toes, so let's roll on these on our heels. Rolling up, articulating through the spine, coming to a full bridge, then collapsing little by little, placing your spine back on the mat. So working a lot more glute here, as opposed to more calf earlier when we were on our toes. Good, let's do one more roll up. Rock that pelvis, lift, nice long line, and then roll it back down. This time just lift all the way up. Now find that long line, take a breath in, drop a little bit, and drive those hips up. Lower lift, lower lift. Now here, you can have your hands be on the floor, or if you want a little more challenge, arms in the air, shoulders pressing down. We've got one more. Now hold it up and pulse a little quicker, double time, going up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If your hands are in the air, lower them down, roll through the spine, come all the way down. I'm gonna roll to my side and come up, and we're gonna flip over to our all fours. So plant those hands right under your shoulders, and I want you to have your knees right under your hips. Let's start with our right leg, left arm. We're gonna find balance here. So let's go left arm first, then right leg. Find balance here and hold. If you've got that and you feel like you can add movement, bend both left arm, right leg, and then stretch them out. So bend and stretch. Notice my thigh should not be dropping from its starting position. I'm just pulling my heel toward my bottom, then stretching it right back out. Adding a little challenge to this all fours position by lifting one arm and then one leg, then moving it. You got one more. Now, both arm and leg long, lower both to the floor, lift them straight up. Lower and lift. Now, your eye line is just in front of the fingertips on the mat so that your head doesn't droop. You don't want to look towards your feet. And we're moving arm and leg together, stretching them long before we lift. One more. Hold and reach for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Then I want you to rotate to your hip. So placing one hand on the mat, stack your knees, and we're going to bring our feet back a little bit behind our hips so that when we press up to a side plank, we've got a nice long line here. Okay? Now, hold here. If that is easy for you, you can stretch out one leg, place the weight into that top leg, and you can lift up your other leg and go to a full side plank. If you'd like to remain on your knees, or even just here, one leg out, one leg bent, or stack both knees. You're still working that underside of your body, holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Good. From here, let's just lean over, give ourselves a little side body stretch for that side that was just working, and then let's turn it around. All fours on the other side. Knees right under hips, hold here. Now we've got right arm extending, left leg extending. Find that length, keep the hips square to the mat. Nice and steady first. Now add that movement, bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Reaching fingertip and toe towards the sky, then stretching it out long again. Keep it going. Head is lifted. You're working the back of your neck too. 2 more. Last one. Now, lengthen out. Now, hand and foot go down to the floor. Lift right back up. Feel the length first before you lift so that you're really activating all those muscles on the back side, the shoulder, the back muscles are working, the core. One more here, right here. Make this the last one. Holding, stretch it long. Really lift that leg, maybe a ½ inch more, and bring it down. Nice work. Let's go to the other side plank. So finding that side-facing position with your hand supporting you here, stack your knees, and then press up to your side plank. Your hips have to come forward a little. You're in a nice long line from the crown of your head to the tip of your knees, holding here, Or stretch out that top leg, either stay here or bring that bottom leg behind your front leg and come to a full plank. You can reach up with a hand if you want. It's looking good. And then slowly lower down. We're stacking our knees again. And let's get a stretch on this side we just worked. Stretch it over and then bring it back up. Let's go back to all fours one last time with the plank prep. So plant those palms, plant your toes into the mat. Balls of the feet, bring your knees right underneath your hips. And we're gonna make our arms super strong. Look to the top of your fingertips. Take a breath in, exhale, hover your thighs or your knees just above the mat. So shins are parallel. You're pushing off your toes and the heel of your hands, plank prep. Then lower it down. So the higher you come, the easier it is. So you want to make it a small move, just a couple inches. Hover, hold, and lower. Now let's add an 8 count to this. So take a breath in, exhale, press it up, and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower with control. Then come up again. Bring it up and hover for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Let's do one more before we stretch. Take a breath in. Exhale. Hover those knees. Lift it up. Holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, press your hips back towards your heels. Push into your hands, and then maybe straighten your legs all the way out. Maybe keep a soft bend, but let your chest press towards your thighs, down dog style. Heads right between your elbows. Maybe walk it out. One heel lowering and the other lifting. Walk that dog, or just keep the heels pressing, and then we're going to roll back into a cat stretch. So drop those knees, round your spine, cat, and then open up, finds extension. One more rounded cat, and then open it up into extension again. Find your neutral spine, and you did it. That's a nice little quick Pilates-inspired workout. Tack it on the end of a bike ride or a cardio session, or just use it as a standalone quick workout. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.